Garcia, like CDA and Windermere Coeur Realty. I wanted to do a little drive around and show you Cougar Gulch. So we are going, we just came off Highway 95 and we are on the south side of the river, and we turned right onto Up River Drive. And Cougar Gulch is kind of it's like a whole region. It's not, you know, like one little neighborhood. So if you're looking at a map and you look at where Highway 95 and Highway 90 goes east-west and 95 goes north-south. And so we're going to be on the southwest part of, you know, of that area, of that region. So south of 90, west of 95. But it's just a really cool feel, you know, to the area, because as you can see as we're driving, it's very wooded. There's, I mean, it feels like you're in the National Forest almost. But you've got, of course, you know, as you get a little bit out of town, the lots are going to be bigger, the homes, obviously, you know, now you can have a shop and you can maybe have, you know, two separate structures or outbuildings plus your house. A lot of the properties up here are going to be, you know, you're not going to be on like 0.2 of an acre unless you're in now there are a couple of developments up here. So like I did a separate video on Harbor Island. That's a really cool community. And let's see, Bella Ridge is also south of the river, and this is still considered Coeur d'Alene. But for the most part, you know, unless you're in one of, well, even Bella Ridge is not small lots. Like Harbor Island's going to be, you know, maybe 0.3 of an acre, you know, maybe 0.4. Maybe a quarter of an acre, but they're not like downtown Coeur d'Alene, like 0.13. But, you know, a lot of the lots, Bella Ridge, you're going to have several, you know, a handful of acres, like 5 acres. There's some in there that are 10 acres. But up in here, it's kind of a mix. So right now we're looking toward the river. And so, you know, most of these are not like actual neighborhoods, but you will have a pocket here and there where there will be a neighborhood. So we're looking toward the river, and then up there, I'm kind of getting a glare, but you can see it's wooded, and you just have like a mix of different types of properties. So we just passed Four Winds. But we just passed Rooster Road. But the nice thing about this area, and why a lot of people like it, is because you can get the acreage. You can get, you know, properties where you don't have the HOAs, but you're still really close to town, meaning Coeur d'Alene. Like, you're probably about, I don't know, from here about 10 minutes from Coeur d'Alene. And then it kind of opens up here where you have a little more like pasture land. So there's there's a street back there if we had turned right. It's called River View, and that kind of goes along the river. And there's a bunch of neighborhoods in that area. And that's how you get to Harbor Island, to Bella Ridge. There's some other newer communities that Aspen Homes has put in. So now you're starting to see where these properties are view properties. Getting a pretty good view. And, you know, the roads are relatively easy to drive, even in winter months. I mean, you've got a lot of trees, so just like any area, it's going to be, sometimes it ices up. But for the most part, it's a pretty easy in and out. Yeah, like I said, some of these properties have a really nice view. And then it kind of opens up. There's some pasture land over there. But just being this close to town, like being able to live out here in the woods, and 10 minutes you can be in any restaurant or downtown Coeur d'Alene for any event that's going on. It's really special, actually. So this stuff on the south side of the river, this is not on city services, so most of these properties out here are going to be on septic and a well. You might have a larger community like Harbor Island, or you know, just some of them have their own community water system. But just know that you're not on city services out here. But what that also means is that your taxes are a lot less. So there's kind of that trade-off. And you'll see kind of some, you know, little standard, like medium-sized homes, but they're on a lot of acreage. And you'll also see big, grandiose $1 million homes, also on acreage. So it's just really a big mix of different types of properties. But yeah, it just gives you a good sense of what it's like to be in Cougar Gulch. Now, at some point, we're moving from Coeur d'Alene into Post Falls, so it depends, you know, where you're at in this area. But anyway, that gives you a feel for Cougar Gulch. Oh, I don't know if you saw, there was a sign there with a bus stop. That's actually an important thing when you're buying real estate in the more remote areas to think about is what's your access like during winter months, because sometimes you know, if you're not on a bus route, the bus routes are ideal because they obviously get plowed first, and then the other tertiary streets might not get plowed, you know. Oh look, there's a deer. So yeah, that's something to consider when you're looking at real estate out on acreage, is the access during winter months. So I'm going to sign off. If you're interested in property in the North Idaho area, specifically Coeur d'Alene and that region, get in touch with me. You can do that at CDA Real Estate.com. All right, thanks guys.